right, guys, welcome back to the Mindset Podcast. I am Steven Salmon, and this is Greg McCoy. And we have a really powerful message for you today regarding mental chatter.
Self-talk, man.
Self-talk.
What's playing in your head? What do you talk to yourself about?
Yeah, so from the minute you wake up to the minute you go to bed, and even while you're asleep, you're talking to yourself whether you realize it or not. And if you are not being positive and kind to yourself, you are fucking yourself up, man. You're gonna set yourself so far back that everybody will tell you no because you've already told yourself no. So if you aren't hyping yourself up and you aren't talking to yourself into why you should be winning or why you should be getting what you want or how you're going to get it or finding out new ways and being positive about it, the world is going to tell you no. That's the world's job, is to tell you no. It's your job to convince yourself and to show yourself that you can and you will do it. And if your mental chatter's fucked up, man, you have some housekeeping to start doing right now.
Yeah, that's the truth, man. You should rewind that and listen to it twice. Because we all talk to ourselves. That is a fact of life. You know, you might have even said, like, if we're saying, like, oh, yeah, we talk to ourselves. If you thought these guys are crazy, I don't talk to myself, you just talk to yourself.
Yep.
Like, we all have a dialogue that goes on all day. And if you think about how powerful that is, you would be well served to address it. Like, what are you telling yourself all day, every day? It's one of the number one things that's going to dictate your mindset and your attitude. So you got to get it in check, and you got to talk to yourself in a way that's positive and uplifting. Because how does it feel when someone else talks bad to you, right? It doesn't feel good. It doesn't make you motivated. It makes you tired. It makes you defensive. So if you're going to do that to yourself, it's a form of self-sabotage that I think a lot of people are unaware is even happening.
I think that truly the most happy people are happy with themselves.
Yeah.
And no matter what your financial status is, no matter where you are in life, no matter what turmoils or hell you're actually plowing through on a daily basis, the people that are truly happy are happy with themselves, and they've created that inner peace. And as hippie-ish as that sounds, it's completely true.
Yeah, it's you know, there's people that are 100% happy that have nothing. They live in a grass hut and hunt all day, and they love it. And there's probably the same people in that situation that feel like they're in dire need. And then there's people that are wealthy beyond belief that commit suicide. We see it in celebrities often.
Yep.
And then there's celebrities, I'm sure, that are just loving life, you know, like they have every opportunity ahead of them. But those two ends of the spectrum prove that it's internal. You know, you can't buy it.
Yep.
It has to happen. But, you know, I think that how you talk to yourself is something that you can develop and work on. I don't think that it is. I know that it is.
Yep.
You know, you have to, one, acknowledge that you talk to yourself and start to listen. And just like you would do if you've got kids, you see how coaches talk to them, right? You'd have a strong opinion if the coach is bad talking little Steven.
Yep.
If he's building him up and challenging him in the right way, as a good coach.
Yep.
That's what you want to be in your head. You don't want to beat yourself down when you make mistakes. You want to push yourself, pat yourself on the back when you do good. Like that, the same way that a coach would work with a child, I think is an easy way to kind of, you know, visualize that talk that you're having in your own head.
If you're in a dark spot and you have negative mental chatter and you find yourself in a hole, how would you dig yourself out?
Man, for me, it's like, especially in dark times, but on daily, like I'm a Christian guy. Like I go to God first. That's who I speak to. But I do check myself on how that I talk to myself. And I tend to beat myself up when I make mistakes or overthink things that I've done. And, you know, over the years, I've caught myself with that and just tried to check it and stop it in its tracks and just replace that with positive thoughts. I know, too, that, like, when I started having a more disciplined morning routine, it helped a ton.
That's helped me a lot. So for me personally is if I'm definitely finding myself in a dark spot or I feel like I'm in a hole a little bit, is I'll get a good audiobook that is going to add some value to the daily tasks I have to tackle that day. And whenever I'm doing my cardio in the morning, I'll make myself do some cardio. Number one, when you're doing cardio, you're dumping endorphins.
Yeah.
Endorphins will be dumped. You will feel good, no matter if you hate cardio or not. You're gonna feel good afterwards. Number one. Number two, you're gonna check that box that you did something. So at the end of the day, even if you feel like you got nothing done or you were in reaction to everybody else, you got something done for yourself. Mm-hmm. Number three, while you're doing that cardio and you're doing an audiobook and you're learning, you're listening, your brain will be firing neurons and you'll be thinking about how you can problem solve your day. Or hopefully the book that you're listening to will give you some applications and some of how you could solve the problems you're facing that day. And so you do that, you drink 32 ounces of water, get your blood moving. One of those analogies is 32 ounces of water. The first thing you do when you wake up is cardio and water. Your blood's thick, stagnant, it's not moving around. Dump some endorphins, get something flowing through your brain, get some water moving that blood. Dude, you'll feel so much better.
I think it's important to realize too, and a part of why what you're doing I think works so well is, realize what's going on when you start to like shit talk yourself, right? Mm-hmm. It's not when your energy's high and there's good stuff happening. Mm-hmm. That's not when you're at risk of this, right? Mm-hmm. It's when we're tired and, maybe a little bit dejected, but mainly fatigue.
Yep.
So you got to just realize, look, hey, I just need to take a break. Like, I'm tired, and that's why I'm negative. And make sure you're doing the things that you need to do throughout the day to keep your energy up.
Yep.
And that's going to be exercise. That's going to be a morning routine. That's going to be the way that you eat. That's going to be the things that you put your time into. Like, you have to make a conscious decision to, like, I like to drive over here, one, because I enjoy giving value to the people that listen to us, but I like to be around you.
Yep.
This gives me energy. I put it on my calendar because it's an energy additive to me. Like, I can look forward to the afternoons when we do this. Mm-hmm. I like being around you, hearing what you're up to. So you got to, you put a schedule together that's not going to freaking sap the life out of you.
Yep.
Because at that point, you're a prisoner to your schedule. Like, create a schedule that you want to live. And so all that to say, you've got to take care of your energy because it's a limited resource. And when it gets too low, that's when the negative thoughts start to creep in, and you can really turn into a dark place. So as a coach, especially working with pre-contest clients, I already know the last month before a show, that client is they won't have high energy.
Oh, you're ready to. Yeah,
it's like you're just going to be tired all day.
Yep.
And so self-talk is important. So I know, just because I wrote this several weeks ago for one of my top-tier athletes, I had her repeat 5 times, 3 statements 5 times in each morning. And I can't remember all 3 of them, but I know that one was looking good, feeling good, I should be in Hollywood. Which is a fun one. I got that from an endurance athlete that repeats that to himself when it starts to suck. Looking good, feeling good, I should be in Hollywood. You just say that. Or Mike Tyson's was famous, which was, what did Cuss have Mike Tyson saying all the time? Every day I'm getting better and better in every way, something like that. Every day in every way I'm getting better and better. Every day in every way I'm getting better and better. And so you can come up with these chants, right? That
it's affirmations.
Yeah, if you don't know what to say to yourself, rely on that because it's proven. Mike Tyson's a dark guy, and he had a lot of pressure. If it worked for him, surely whatever you're facing, it can help pull you out of it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Daily affirmations, that's a great way to go too.
Yeah. So, the self-talk is important. So I think step 1 is acknowledge it. Step 2 is start to realize when it's good and when it's bad. And then just put some intention into it. You don't have to be the genius on self-talk to improve it. Just know this is how I feel when I talk bad to myself. This is how I feel when I talk good, and do more good than bad. And over time, that's going to pay back.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's good.
Good topic.
Control your mental chatter. All right, guys. Until next time.